he say?
I didn't get to talk to Paul.
You didn't
I
ask
would like
him
to text him.
about the, what did you ask about?
I was looking for Paul, because I know he's busy.
Well, I thought you were gonna ask about the noise.
I am. I want to talk to Paul about it. I don't want to bother Russell with it. He said, really? You got that? I can turn this off, right?
Right. You're not touched. You're not connected to the internet either.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I think because of when I was messing with it, I was trying to connect to the Mevo.
Okay. Send that text afterward. Welcome back to the KM Builders Remodeling Design Show. I'm Keith Moehle and this is Morgan.
Hello, everybody.
And we are glad to be with you this Saturday, and we're talking about dual master suites. And our live number is 737-1200 if you'd like to talk to us there. And we would be glad to take your call or questions, anything about remodeling. But I know a lot of you out there enjoying the beautiful weather.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful outside.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about some of the reasons for it. We're going to talk about the popularity and the cost versus value of dual master suites and the different types. Believe it or not, you can even add one upstairs. And so we're going to talk about how full or small or complete or incomplete you need that to be, depending on your budgets and depending on your needs. So first of all, like we said, multi-generational is one of the reasons. Having kids coming back from college, or maybe a newly married couple that's saving for a home. You can have families that need health care in different levels of the generation. It could be temporary or permanent, long-term or short-term. And it can also be because people want to live together with different ages of family groups. Parents, children, grandparents, all of that can be in the same home because they want to be. And sometimes it's a need for purchasing homes at today's prices. It's not unusual to see that. So lots of reasons for multi-generational suites, and we mentioned different schedules for maybe the two partners. They have different schedules, so they need to have their private area for sleeping and for getting ready even. And then snoring is another one, believe it or not. So
Yep.
these are real reasons, and so we're going to talk about real solutions for these. One of the things I would like to tell you is that we are talking to so many people about it. I'm not hearing it right now. And so we are seeing it more and more requested that people are asking about, would this be possible? The answer is always yes. And people really do enjoy hearing about how it could be done. And so I have people saying, well, let's sign up right after we talk about it, because we find not always is it the first way they thought about building it. And but sometimes the one that's in budget is still very, very doable. So they are extremely popular. We had a lot of people talking about it at the Home and Garden Show a couple of weeks ago. And they liked it, they really liked it too, and they were asking about it. And so I've already visited some of them, and we'll be visiting many more in the upcoming months to talk about these. one of the good things about it now is that because it is so increasingly common, not just here in San Antonio, but across the nation, and it is really in places like San Antonio that have multicultural environments, these are really popular. The good news is that if you build one, it's going to be very popular if you ever wanted to sell it. You are going to get your money back on a dual master suite.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that problem.
No,
It'll set you apart, right?
Right. It will make your house the most coveted house. Nobody minds having an extra suite, which when what are we talking about on a dual master suite? We're talking about at least another private area with a small bathroom attached. Because if it doesn't have a bathroom, it's not a suite. It's just
it's just another bedroom.
It's just another bedroom, right? So a lot of homes that are 2-story are not doable for people who need to have a suite downstairs. So that's where you end up with a dual master suite, because you need to have one downstairs for health needs. So that's a lot of the reasons that we see them too. And I didn't mention that as one of the reasons.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
But sometimes no one else is going to be living there. The same couple who bought the home are going to be living there, and their needs changed.
Yeah, sometimes putting in an elevator or something isn't a doable thing.
That's right. So sometimes they just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Or like you said, it's not really as feasible to add that elevator. They want to have more flexibility downstairs. And so because their needs change, sometimes they just want to add that suite downstairs. And they know that if they do that they're going to have 2 master suites. They don't really need 2 master suites, but they don't want to move out of their home, or they're okay with it because they know they'll get their money back. So we run into that situation also. But yes, the cost versus value, putting how much you put in it is going to come back to you whenever you go back to sell, because people really need those. There are so many houses out there that I visit that are not practical for 2 sets of families living together separately.
Yeah.
And so many want it. It's just incredible how much I've seen this increase in the last several years. So it is really a good investment. So not only is it an investment, for absolutely when you go to resell, but think about the cost of moving to another home that doesn't have it in there. That does have it in there. If you need 2 master suites, and even if you just want one downstairs, it's not easy to find the home that you like anymore with the full spread out space that you need on a first floor. First floor homes are really, really special when they have all the space you want downstairs. But increasingly, we find we don't get enough space out of most 1-story homes that are within our budgets that we would like to spend. So adding a suite gives you the best of both worlds. You still have your space, you've got it downstairs, and you can stay downstairs and still have your other rooms for guests upstairs. And that's how our house is built. We have our master suite downstairs, and the upstairs doesn't get used. But when we have guests, we have that right there. And so we don't want to move from the house because it's so set up for having family over, and so people staying long or short term. But and then it has another area that we use for parties, which is a big old game room up there. And so we don't want to get rid of that.
Technically, I think you could kind of say they have their own suite up there. It's just one large.
It's a very large area, yeah, because you have your sitting area, entertaining area, you have your sofas up there,
and total privacy. Because,
total privacy, yeah. And then you can walk to the bathroom.
It's not a loft.
Yeah, it's not a bathroom within the bedroom area, but it's the whole area.
Within the suite.
Within the whole suite, yeah. So that does work, since we have nobody else living upstairs. That would be another suite. It would be the equivalent. But some people are thinking, should I go buy another? Well, I always ask people if they've looked yet at the prices of homes, and they say no. And I said, well, you'll be calling me back, because they realize they can't get nearly what they have for the trade-off, and they're going to lose a lot of money in the transaction.
And I'd also guess that there aren't probably that many available.
Right. It is a seller's market.
Yeah.
And even when it's not a seller's market, there's just not that many of them available with dual suites.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for a dual suite, you're probably not going to be able to find one for sale. And if you did, it is going to probably be way more than you want to pay for it. So that's why remodeling comes in. And again, you're gonna have the most coveted home whenever it goes to resale, because nobody minds having another bathroom in their suite, another suite. They may not need it, but they're certainly gonna view it as an amenity. They're also gonna view it as a good way to sell their home top of the market, just like you did. So you're not gonna alienate people by having that extra bathroom in that bedroom, but you are gonna be able to alienate a lot of people who do need it. If you're going to sell that home and you don't have it, you're not getting the full market value for it.
Yeah.
So you're definitely gonna get your money back. So there's all different levels of what you can do. We're talking about full dual suites that have, a full dual suite could be like this. It has its own kitchenette. It obviously has its bedroom, its bathroom, and it could be a full bathroom or a partial bathroom, but if it was a full-size bathroom with all, shower, tub, toilet, whatever, and sinks and all that, that's a full master suite. And then it can have, like we said, a sitting area or even a kitchenette. And so those are the different degrees you can go to. You might just need a little partial bath, or you might need a full bath, or you might want a sitting area in your kitchen, in your suite. Or in some cases, you want a little area to prepare food too. So these are all the different levels of dual master suites that you can build. And I actually saw, there was 2 last week, that's right, 2 last week that were for healthcare of 2 parents, for caring for 2 parents. And 2 of them were for caring for single parents. And so those were 4 that I saw. And one of them, they were considering a kitchenette in it.
Wow. And that's not even counting the one that we're actually already doing this on.
Oh yeah, so that doesn't count the jobs we already
Yeah.
have. So we're gonna talk more about how you can accomplish those. Where can you get the space? What would be practical to do? And some of the budgets that are involved in it, because I think you'd enjoy hearing about what these cost also. And we can talk about that when we get back. But I did want to mention someone who believes in quality and customer service. Attention to detail is my friends at North Park Lexus at Dominion. My friend Al Cavazos there. What a state-of-the-art facility and what a state-of-the-art customer service area. We really love going there, don't we, Morgan?
Oh yeah.
We've done some video there. We get taken care of.
I'll get my boots polished.
Yeah, and so I like to take my Lou Casey's there.
Yep.
And but it's just nice to go have your car serviced there. It makes it fun to have your car serviced. Car washes all the time, and you do get spoiled when you're there. And even Morgan likes to go with me. So go see them out there at North Park Lexus at Dominion. And we'll be right back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show.
This is
He took care of that when I went in there. I guess he didn't realize there was a button on. It's gone now.
Yep.
Thanks for taking care of that, Russell. I forgot how I talked to him.
There's a talk back button, right?
Which one is it?
TB? There's talk back?
I don't see it. Where? Oh, right there, yeah. So there must have been a little button on somewhere with the volume, huh, Russell?
I guess you can't hear.
Can you hear me, Russell? Can you hear me, Russell? Hey, Russell, can you hear me?
Oh, talk back? So try this. Oh, our mics aren't on. Maybe that's it?
No, don't do that.
Talk back? Try it now.
Can you hear me, Russell? Hey, was one of the volume buttons on or something? Because when I came back, that voice went away. Hit it again. Thanks. Good. Thanks. Who's that clown that comes in here and records?
What?
Who's that clown that comes in here and records? and leaves
I'm
buttons on.
wondering who does that.
That's weird that they're using this one and we can't.
I know. See, I know that if they could just teach us, we would have no problem. We could come in whenever we wanted to, you know? We could even come in. Well, you technically can't come in earlier.
I don't know what they're doing.
But they're cleaning.
They don't look like cleaning people. Oh yeah, they've got an apron.
Yeah, and they have all tennis shoes on.
Yeah, but the way they're dressed, casual like that, no. Must be doing something. Preparing food or something.
Yeah.
Clean people don't sign in now.
I bet they do here. Vendors.
Vendors might, but not
That's a
cleaning
vendor,
people.
technically.
Well, I know that, but
Well, I'm just saying, look, they even got temporary badges to be walking around here.
yeah, they're probably in for some special reason. That is not a cleaning company.
It is a cleaning company. Look what she just grabbed Clorox and cleaners.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Told you.
They don't look like your typical cleaning company at all. Brianna. Fox News, San Antonio. Fox San Antonio.
Well, everything's on. I just used the iPad for Instagram here.
Really? It's on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
That's what we're gonna have to do from now on.
Instead of the Vimeo.
Yeah.
Vimeo, what is it called?
Yeah, Vimeo. No, Mevo.
Mevo. It's Vimeo.
It's another thing like YouTube.
If you think of any types of suites that I missed, think of any where we could do them?
Oh,
I'll look at that list.
oh yeah, the room edition.
Like it.
Mhm.
Think of anything else?
So does that include like when they use like a guest bedroom and another like a bathroom?
When they what?
Like they have a guest bedroom and then there's like in our house like your office and that powder bathroom or that full bathroom that's there. Turning that into a master suite somehow.
The one in our house?
Yeah.
If we were to convert it, you said? That's
Remodel with confidence with
everything okay?
The tools you need to face the day, like traffic.
because I need to get to and from work every day and know what to expect.
Hey Russell, if you see any remodeling commercials, they're not supposed to be during our time. Welcome back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show. I'm Keith Moehle and glad to be with you. We are talking dual master suites, and if you have a question about remodeling, you could give us a call at 737-1200 or 1-800-383-WOAI. That's 737-1200 is the local number for anything we're dealing with remodeling. I'm Keith Moehle of KM Builders. We are the largest residential full-service remodeling firm in San Antonio by volume and by the number of team members we have. We have a 40-person staff ready to serve you in everything from architectural to interior design to cabinet design, and then the full installation teams in-house to be able to do that for you. And nobody offers what we offer in all those areas and many more that we'd love to talk to you about. So if you'd like to schedule an appointment, you can get a hold of us at kmbuilders.com. If you'd like to get our newsletter, where do you get that, Morgan?
You can just email us at friends@kmbuilders.com, and you'll be able to we'll subscribe you to the newsletter, or you can go on our website and there's a button at the bottom of the site to subscribe.
That's right, and you'll love that newsletter. Morgan and the team really work hard on getting a lot of relevant information. There's so many new things in the remodeling industry. There's so many things that always change, and things that are fun that you forgot about. Sometimes you're wondering if we do that or not, and you'll find out the answer to those questions and see other cool inspirational ideas that others are doing, and maybe it gives you some motivation or some ideas about what you could do to make your home a better, more fun place to live. So one of those things we talk about is dual master suites. Again, it's a really growing trend in San Antonio and in the country, across the country, for different reasons. Generational families, healthcare issues, different schedules between partners, snoring. Sometimes life has changed and they want a downstairs suite, not an upstairs suite anymore. So those are some of the reasons. But they are very popular. They're very good at getting your payback when you do go to sell. And so we've talked about the different types a little bit. There are full master suites. A full master suite, a second suite, would have your bedroom and your full bathroom in it. A full-size bathroom, and then a lot of them will also have a sitting area. Some of them will have a little kitchenette, food prep area.
So a kitchenette would mean what? What goes into a kitchenette? Like
Kitchenette
a sink
usually
and a
does,
microwave?
yeah, like a sink and a microwave,
And a
exactly,
little
some
fridge.
countertop and a mini fridge.
Okay.
That's your typical kitchenette. It doesn't have a full stove. It doesn't have, full sinks,
Like an oven.
big sinks or big ovens, right? Those are your big differences. Not near as many cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mini kitchen. It can
Just-
be used.
Something that they can not have to go in the middle of the night to get their drink or make a tea or something.
Right, and of course you can put a stove in there. Some of the actual building codes don't allow those things, but some people build them anyway. They put the stove in later or the oven in later, and so you can do.
Why?
But also you can in some areas where there's no restrictions like that in the county, you can do just exactly what you want.
Why wouldn't they be allowed?
Because at that point it's considered two residences and they're single family dwellings. The building, the zoning in some of the areas, the neighborhoods do not allow for dual family residences. It's like kind of making a duplex out of a house, and that neighborhood wasn't zoned for that.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And so that's
It's
why.
not a safety thing though.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. You can make it all meet compliance. But like I said, if you're in the county and there's no restrictions like that, you can do it, and it meets all codes.
Okay.
You have to design to the codes, of course, but other than that, though, there's a lot of types of them, as we said. You mentioned another thing earlier. You said a separate entrance is another thing that some people want in their second suite.
Oh yeah, that would be a big deal, especially if maybe you have a smaller house or if one of the rooms is right. Whoa, he just dropped his drink, but didn't spill it. If one of the rooms like in your house is right next to the front door, so
Right.
if somebody was coming in like they worked the graveyard shift and that was their room, even if they had a separate suite, they would still get woken up.
Right, because the front door is right by our bedroom.
Yeah.
And
So a separate entrance would mean a lot. It would make a big deal to that people.
Sure would. So that's one of the things we're looking for in, that some people really want to have in a separate suite is a separate entrance.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the amenities that can be had. Now let's talk a little bit about where can you put this separate suite. How can you gain the space for it? Well, the first one is sometimes the easiest thing might be just to make that second floor more usable. If you do not want to pay for another suite, just put an elevator.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be done. But a lot of times when that second suite is needed, it's not just the second suite because of health issues. They can't even get to the house because there's steps.
Yeah, that's true.
And so sometimes building that separate suite will actually need a room addition. Or they're gonna have to come in through the side of the garage and we'll go in that way so that they can actually get in the house. So it really does depend on the need and the layout of the home, the layout of the land, the layout of the entrance. So there's a lot of different reasons why you wouldn't wanna do it one way in one home and you could do it the exact opposite in another home. So you can actually convert second floors and make them usable spaces for suites. You can actually add a suite to the second floor if you wanted, like perhaps the first master suite is downstairs. But your kids are coming and you wanna give them their area. And they're fully healthy and you said, you know what, let's just build us another suite and let's do it upstairs. Let's convert some space into a master suite, another master suite. And in some cases, I've seen loving children say, we're gonna move upstairs and we're gonna give mom and dad the one downstairs. So either way, a second floor, adding it, making it a suite is very doable upstairs or downstairs. Now, how can you gain that space in either place? Well, sometimes there's a powder bath downstairs that you can actually make a full bath. And sometimes you can convert a garage into a full suite. Now, a lot of times we've seen powder baths and bathrooms that are downstairs right next to the garage, so that's plumbing is right there.
Or even right next to a bedroom.
That's right, yeah.
That you could just make into one
big area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the garages are huge spaces. In fact, most, those would be luxurious size suites. If you added your windows and you put the lighting and you convert a garage, and some people are really forced to do that because they have no other place to do it, or they're not gonna be able to afford having a full room addition. So those are great conversions. Now, in a lot of neighborhoods, you leave the garage door in place and you build behind it, you insulate it, you leave that there so it doesn't violate any of the covenants and deed restrictions. And so we do that too. So those are some great ones. There's quite a few other places that we can do master suites. How about we talk about that just a little bit after we get back from the break? We're gonna talk about a few other areas that you may not have considered, or you may wanna go full board, and there's a couple of them that we wanna talk about. And I'm gonna just turn you on to my friends, Chad Briggs and his team at Legacy Heating and AC Services. Now's the time to get your spring checkup at legacyservicesac.com. Please let them know that I referred you, because they have done a tremendous job for me. And Chad at Legacy Heating and AC Services, and that's at legacyservicesac.com. And we'll come right back and talk about dual master suites, some that we haven't talked about when we get back to the KM Builders Remodeling and Design Show.
Right now at Holt Cat, your local.
Tiffany said, looking good, boss.
What's that?
Tiffany said, looking good, boss.
Oh, that's nice. So that text I was gonna send was to Paul, right?
Yeah, it sent.
Yeah. I was just trying to remember what I had undone. I remember there was a text I was gonna send. I'm gonna get my car washed today. Gotta wash that Hellcat.
Where?
At
Yourself?
the wash tub.
Oh.
Yeah, they help me get it done. They don't really do it all. I do it with them.
Oh.
And then it means less
Sadly, you're not
for me have to do.
different clothes.
I am
Because
gonna
the one that's right here at 1604 and 281 is really good.
Well, I might do that.
They
I
do
don't know
a
if I have
really
any,
good job.
if I have any coupons with it. I think I do. I'll probably just do it here.
I was thinking of going there afterwards.
You have your annual pass?
I think it's still good.
Yeah.
It should be in
You bought it
May,
after
right?
you bought it.
Oh, I
No,
thought.
we gave you that car. You bought it in, it was mom's. It transferred, right?
Yeah, so it was the anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be right.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I have to think about when. I'm gonna try something.
That was nice to get that with it, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. And then I'll be rebuying it because it's awesome.
You know you gotta get it when they're on sale though, right? They sell like 100 something off.
When is it on sale?
Well, when you go in, you should just look, they'll have it posted.
Oh. So then I'll just wait until it's on sale.
I think that when you renew them, they do offer you a good price,
Oh, okay.
but you should always be looking for the best deal.
I know that in Christmas time they've got a good sale. So that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the month to month one until that sale, and then start renewing during that time, because it is like almost.
I buy those
something.
coupons since I don't go that often.
Oh yeah, that's perfect for you.
Yeah, I buy them when they're really discounted too,
Yeah.
and I buy like 4 or 5 books.
Who you do?
Yeah, I think I bought 3 or 4 books last time, and then I give some to employees too.
Yeah. That's smart.
They don't expire, even though they say they expire, they do not.
Oh really?
See, like today, if we had it recorded, nobody even called. Would've been perfect.
Oh yeah.
I got the guy for that's gonna do the yard work,
Oh yeah.
and the one who uses, all natural fertilizers and stuff, he's ready to come on in 2 weeks. So I thought, why
Cool.
don't we record him? Let's do this double thing again in 2 weeks from now. Then we'll get a show and a recording at the same time. What do you think about that?
In 2 weeks?
Mhm. Because I'm gone next week.
Yeah, that's true.
That work for you?
And then we'll have off that technically we would have off. Yeah, that's true.
Only David Bowie song. Now that is a good David Bowie song.
Davy Bowie?
David Bowie.
David Bowie.
I didn't say David. Davy. But I think that's a good name for him, Davy. Davy Bowie. So I like that song, but not much else by him. And I know I'm gonna offend some people, but I'm sorry. That's the only real rock song he ever made, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Just has
Every
a
week.
Good beat to it. Every week we go through this.
Yep.
All right, so we are talking KM Builders and Dual Master Suites. We are the company that can build one for you, or anything else in remodeling, with a 40-person team of experts with over 500 years experience. I'd love to be the person you invite over to your home to talk about it. I am not a salesperson. I am an expert in remodeling that wants to help you to make a good decision. Whether it's financing you want to talk about, or you want to talk about the nitty-gritty of construction, I've done it with my own 2 hands, and I do know what I'm talking about on these things. I'm a man that that is a student of this business, this trade. I love this business since I fell in love with it when I was about 12 years old, and I've been doing it as much as I could since then.
Yep.
And I have never had a job that was out of the construction industry.
That's
Except,
crazy.
well, I guess if the times when me and my brother were mowing lawns, that wouldn't count. But that literally
When you were
is,
a kid?
yeah, we would cut lawns and make money, but that was the only time I've ever done something that was out of the construction industry. That's interesting, huh?
It was still a home industry though.
Yeah, I'm still home and services when.
Yeah.
So if we do have a little time, if you want to call us at 737-1200. This is Keith and this is Morgan, and
Yes.
we are talking dual master suites. And the part I want to cover before we get done with the show today is where you can put these. Like we said, you can do them in the first floor, second floor. Sometimes you have a powder room that you can add, make it a full bathroom. You can attach a bedroom to it. Sometimes you're going to leave that bathroom where it's at, and you're going to convert the garage into the living area and the bedroom area.
Mm-hmm.
And that works great. We've got one that we just drew up, we just designed. They had a powder bath right when you come in beside the stairs, and we would close it off from the front, and now it enters from the garage side where the suite would be.
Yeah.
And we're adding a full shower in there. And that's another thing that you want in suites. A lot of times is a roll-in shower,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times we can get you that as well to make it really universal design. so that this home will age in place. As people age, it ages with it. It works for everybody.
It makes a big difference.
So converting a powder bath into a full bath, converting a garage. And sometimes you can pop that bathroom, that full-size bathroom that you need in that garage area because there's plumbing right adjacent to it. But even if it's not, if you have to catch a sewer line outside and run that to the sewer, a lot of times by having the garage is almost always on the edge of a home. So if we're coming out and busting out concrete, we're right close to the edge of the house anyway. So that saves money. So that makes it more doable. So convert a garage is a good one. Sometimes there's attic space adjacent. Sometimes there's storage space that's right next to the first floor or the second floor. And remember, you might have a master suite downstairs and you're thinking, how can I get another one? Well, if some of the people are able-bodied, you can actually put that second suite upstairs where you might have some attic space that you can adjoin to.
Yes,
That might be
we did and that's on our videos. What we added a master suite. Well, technically it wasn't a master suite, but the parents moved in, and that was why they added the attic space. They bumped out the attic space.
Bumped out the attic. In some cases, the attic is actually big enough, or at least almost big enough for the space you need. So these can be some cost-saving ways to do it. Another one that we've done is close in a patio. The roof is already there, the structure's already there, the foundation anyway, and the roof, and that is really going to keep the cost down. And so you can convert a patio to make it with a lot of windows, make it look like a sunroom in case mom and dad or children move out later.
It can end up being an office space, which
it could be an office
who wouldn't
later.
want an office with a bathroom, you know?
Yeah, and if you don't, have to have the bathroom because the other bathroom's close, you're getting your another suite downstairs for a lot less money. Again, then the full, I guess the most expensive ones, and people sometimes don't realize it, is to go for a full room addition. Add this master suite with the bathroom, the bedroom, the sitting area, add it on to the house. And if your space allows for it, it's really nice. You can make that a custom feature of your home. And sometimes what happens is they're given the other master suite to the children or the returning home folks, and they're going to make their master suite the dream master suite they wanted, and it's extremely luxurious then, and it's just really, really gorgeous.
Everything they ever wanted.
That's right, that luxury closets and so forth. So if you're thinking about you'd like some of those things, then go ahead and make the room addition. And then the biggest, most expensive, and most beautiful is to have a separate casita for whoever's going to live and have their own entrances, their own driveway, their own kitchen, their own bathrooms, their own guest areas, even however big you want to make it.
It's adding a house.
Yeah, we've designed a lot of beautiful casitas as well, and that's what they're called. They're small little houses. Housita. Casita. That's what that means in English,
Yeah.
Housita.
No, that's not what it means.
Yes, it is.
It means little house.
It means little house, yeah. And so if you'd like to know more, contact us at kmbuilders.com. You can call us anytime during the week or leave a message on the weekends at 680-5626. That's 680-KMCO for KM Company. I'm Keith Moehle. It's been glad to be with you. And this is Morgan. And we hope you have a great weekend. Say bye, Morgan.
Bye, everybody.
And remember, you could have someone else remodel your home, but then you'd have to live in it.